separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Hello, good afternoon, CS2 racing community. It's MrXsee here coming to you live and direct. Wanted to go ahead and get this game started on for you. Today we're going to be doing Prestige Cup for season 49, and this one's going to be the Nissan GTR, the 2017 version, the GTR R35. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Alright, apologize for that. Looks like the crash, so you guys was unable to see anything. So let me go ahead and get that back up and running. And there we go. So are you waiting for the transfer operations to come back up so that you can get it, or you go ahead and start it on your Apple device and playing the game and the storyline along with that? Anonymous gang. Yeah, they should, but if they're claiming that the transfer operations is down, never heard of that at all. It would make sense why they can't do it right now, but if you're going to wait, then that's perfectly fine as well. Was just curious with your progress. So right now, my crew, Midnight Kings, and currently we are behind this season, so we will not be claiming the car with tonight's adventures of picking it up. We're currently working on milestone number 2 to be completed. We're sitting here at a healthy 16.9 million. So with any luck, if any of my other crew members are on racing right now and picking up some points, we can potentially claim milestone number 2 while we're on here at least. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump on in. Currently, I'm sitting at 1,534,021 RP. Personally contribution to the crew. I have collected all of the current free points. Right now we have the Token Cup live. It happens every 2 weeks at this time towards the end of the season. And you get 30 free crew RP, 30,000, and you get 20 tokens. And currently we have 1 day, 21 hours left in the Prestige Cup time, and we have 2 days and 7 hours left in the season. Today's trial for the 15 races was for cash. I completed that already today, so what we have left to do is to knock out on the Prestige Cup. And then once we get done with that, I'm going to go ahead and discontinue this live stream, but I'm going to kick off another one and do some live races with you guys. There is a way to get the codec color with the Android. I'm just not personally familiar with how to do it because I haven't used Android personally in probably two and a half years. I've never played games on Android. So right now I do have the 2017 GTR R35. I currently have it upgraded, but I don't have any fusions on it, and it's currently sitting at stage 3. The other day when I did the Horizon BC Cup, I actually purchased my stage 5 upgrades. So that way when I race today, I'll be able to finish all the races and won't have any difficulties with it. Alrighty, so let's see how we do. I'm currently sitting at 573, and the car I'm racing against, a nice little green color, sitting at 503. So I don't think I'll have any problems with getting this race won. But I'm going to do as many races as I can with this before I start bolting on any fusions, or before I start actually putting any, make it stage 4 or anything like that. So let's see how it goes. Alrighty. Oops. Fired off the shift too quickly, but good old Nas saved me. And here we go. Looks like I pretty easily won this race unless it has actual comeback. I haven't driven this car at all yet, so I'm not familiar with what the driving style is like. I'm not familiar with shifting patterns or anything like that. The car hasn't even been tuned. So I was able to win race number 1 pretty easily. My next race here is marked as easy. So let's go ahead and collect this first prize. First prize is $3,000. I should be able to collect prize number 2 pretty easily. Yeah, a lot of people have names similar to give me free 200,000. Everybody's a little different with whether they actually race those racers or not. A lot of times I get people who challenge me for, say, only bots, only this, only that, and they challenge me. So names I look at as just that, names. They don't actually signify anything at all. But hey, if you're able to get your car tuned into such a fashion where you can get into lobbies where you can win, and people always bet and give you money, then by all means, take people money. Me personally, I'm not much of a bettor when it comes into the game. I have a good amount of money. Today I spent probably close to $2 million. I actually was putting upgrades on different cars that I had there, dropping fusions on. So I spent a good little bit of money, but at the end of the day, you know, cash is king. So as much as you can get, go ahead and get it. If you're able to beat people and take their money from them, then by all means, beat them and take their money. Kind of cool little blue color there on that NSX that I'm racing up against. Once again, this race is listed as easy. And I should be able to beat it with no problems. Once again, my car is sitting at stage 3. I have stage 5 upgrades actually in, and when I do go out and do have to do some upgrades, added fusions and things like that to the car, one of the things I'm going to do is go pull some bronze crates and see what I get for Nissan parts. This car, I have a couple stage 6 upgrades for it that I have already for free, but let's see what else we can get. Pick up the uncommon tires. Race number 4 here. It looks like it's going to be green as well. Alright. And it's a nice little red color. And so far I seem to be launching pretty good on here. I'm getting perfect starts. Guess maybe that's the older Nissan GTR. I didn't pay attention to it when it came up. I'm just looking at the color on it. But so far I'm running 16.8 seconds in the car. A little slow in some regards, but you know, it is what it is. Collect the 5,000, race number 5. Should be easy as well, so that to me that means that the car is actually still running faster than the other car. So Up to race 5, the time is faster than 16.5 seconds. That white LB GTR looks nice. Has more like a pearl style to it. But those cars have fast get-ups from the start, as you can tell. It zipped on off the line, but it doesn't have finishing power. And that's one of the things that the Tier 4 GTR had as well, was it had always had quick starts, but it didn't have a lot of finishing power. You know, it would top out at a certain miles per hour that was slower than what the car can run, but it was that get up and go that allowed it to win races. This one seems to be a little bit more different. The power on it is a little bit more even distributed on it. Collect that 9,000 points from my crew. The power seems to be more evenly distributed, like most of the regular cars that are out there. So you don't have as necessarily as quick of a start, but you're able to use that extra power at the end to be able to pull on up on the side and pass people up. Alright, so there we go. That's the Mazda Rocket Bunny in white. And see, it has a pretty good little start there. This car has a slow start, but is able to use that power that it doesn't have at the beginning to catch up to you at the end. And at the end of the day, it only matters who finished who passes the finishing line first. And so far, I've been able to do that each and every time. So right now, I'm 6 for 6 on my races. Yep, the 2015 GTR has a faster launch, but it has low finishing time. It can finish as low as, 40, 50, 60 miles per hour, and you basically top out during the race. So you top out at less than half of the race, and you hope that you have enough get up on the competition that they won't be able to catch up to you. Yeah, in the game, it's the 2015 and 2017 for the Nissan GTRs. The 2014 and 2016 is with the Audi R8s. One of the things they did do differently, though, was that with the Audi R8, with the 2016 version, they made it a Tier 5, whereas with the 2014, it was a Tier 4. With the Nissan GTR, they kept both of them at Tier 4. So far, I'm still able to successfully win the races. They're still green. The cars are getting pretty fast, especially in comparison to my time. So I'm anticipating, even though this next race is green, because looking at the time of 16.9, more than likely I'm going to lose. But let's see how it goes. But if I lose, we're going to go ahead and drop some fusions on it. We're going to pull some bronze crates, get some Nissan parts, and see what we can do to make the car go faster. I actually will leave it at stage 3, though, just for the first race at least. If I can win the first race, and I'll leave it at that until I need to upgrade to higher the upgrade. So stage 5. I won't even bother with stage 4. And there we go, coming right across and up. I finished it at the very end. Look at that. Good racing there, kid. Good racing. I ran a 16.7. That's why I was able to win. Previously, my time was a 16.815 was the fastest, and I had a 16.825. So those two times were faster. But right now, the 16.7 doesn't look like it's going to be able to cut it, because 16.8 was the time. It says next race is listed as hard. So let's go ahead and tackle that and see what we can do. Now, also I noticed that my RP there was 239, whereas the other races was 245. Kind of curious why that happened. Alright, so the Rocket Bunny. Let's see what we can do. Can we get it to go a little faster? Alright, got a little early shift there. Got me a couple goods. Let's see if we can catch up with that Rocket Bunny. Looks like we're going to be able to catch him. Looks like it. Do we have enough track? Do we have enough track? No, we don't have enough track. Well, you know what that means. Let's drop some fusions on it. If you can't beat it, see, 16.675. my previous time was still slower at 677. So I wouldn't have been able to beat this even if I would have ran the fastest time. Yep, my shifting. Currently I got 10,000 RP available. I'll pull that later on. I did my 10 miles for today. Oh, perfect launches. Haven't done my 10 miles yet. 10 miles will be next. So let's go ahead and drop some green fusions onto the car. So first green fusion we're going to put on is going to be here. I always upgrade from stage 1 and then I work my way on up. And after I get done with stage 1, then I work my way all up to stage 5. Now because this is for the Prestige Cup and I'm doing this as a live stream, I'm actually going to handle it differently. I normally would have put the blue ones on as well. Once again, I'm just going to add the fusions and I'm going to leave it at stage 3 and see how much faster the fusions actually make the car go for us. But I'm going to drop all the fusions on. Next time I come into the upgrade screen, I'm actually going to put the blue ones on. Alright. So, NOS. Good old NOS. Upgraded that is always going to be beneficial for your car. You just have to know when to actually shift and use the NOS. Do you do it in between shifts? Do you do it at the very first shift? Do you do it at, all kind of different shifting patterns and NOS patterns? Alright. So I got plenty of green fusions. Because we get a lot of uncommon fusions in the game. So whenever you get cars, feel free to upgrade and put your uncommon fusions on them because you typically get a whole lot of those in the game. It's your rare fusions, which are the blue ones, you get a little bit less of. And then it's your epic fusions, which you get a very small amount of. So use your epics with caution and make sure that you take the time to pick the right cars that you want to drop your epics on. With your rares, you can be a little bit more free willy with putting them on there if that's what you want to do. But definitely with your epics, you want to be very rare and cautious with which ones you put it on. Because to take off the epics is the most expensive to remove from any tier. So when you're looking at tier 1 versus tier 4, any epics that you put onto a car to remove those off, it costs more gold coins than it does for the uncommon and does for the rare. Alright, so we successfully dropped those fusions on there. So the car should get better. What's going on, Miguel? Live stream ended? No, the live stream's still going. Alrighty, so with that said, let's go ahead and these upgrade screens is highly annoying. I'm not going to tune the car. I would tune it, but I'm not going to tune it. The purpose is just to see how fast it can go. So for Prestige, I currently have 2 pulls in there. Let's go ahead and pull enough to get to the 7 and get a free stage 6. See if I get a different stage 6 than what I have. This is good. Got 2 rare ones, but I got 2 uncommons. So I'm not the biggest fan of the uncommons, because I got plenty of uncommons for just about everything. Got a stage 6 nitro. Cool. Got an epic nitrous. Got 2 uncommons. Alright, good. So the stage 6 nitro is good. I definitely didn't have that, so that's not a duplicate for me. Got an epic and a rare. Got another epic and another rare. Okay. I definitely can dig that. I'm liking it. Alright, there go the uncommon. There go a rare. Another uncommon. And another uncommon. Okay, that pull was not as good as it has been. So let's go ahead and try now. See if we can get something better. And uncommon. Uncommon. A rare. And another uncommon. Not as fun. So out of all those pulls, got 1 stage 6. I got a cool amount of epics and a turbo. Awesome. So actually, I think this means that I have 4 stage 6s for it now. Let's take a quick peek real quick. Before I had 2. So now I got the body, I got the nitrous, I got the turbo, and yes, so I only got 3. So I did get a duplicate out of that, which is never any fun to get duplicates. No, I have 4. I have engine, turbo. So here go the engine. I got the turbo, the nitro, and the body. Awesome. So with that and the rares that I'm going to put on here, I'll be able to finish these races with no problem at all. So this will be fun. So yeah, engine, turbo. Okay, I didn't read it right earlier. Reading is fundamental. Paying attention to details. Alright, so now with the green ones on there, it went from being hard to green again by simply adding green fusion. So all the green fusions on the car is loaded up, and it's going to allow me to get to these races here. Alrighty. So once again, the car sped on off the starting line, which is a-okay. These uncommons allowed us to get more speed at the end, so we caught them. This time we caught them a little bit quicker than we did in the past when we was passing people up. And just like that, so we went from running a 12.8, 12.7 sometimes, all the way down to a 16.4. So good little performance with those uncommons. You start to notice a lot of performance improvement when you start adding epics onto your car. Epics, you get a noticeable performance boost when you add those on. So that's actually not bad. So for running these cars, you're going to get 10 races where it's going to be green if you only add the uncommons onto the car in stage 3. So 10 out of 30. That's pretty cool. 2017 GTR. So this means that the car should kind of start off similar to what I would do. Yep, and there I go taking my lead on it. Just a slight lead, but a lead nonetheless. Because I got better performance out of it. And also the car hasn't even been tuned yet either. The tuning can give me another 0.2 to 0.5 seconds just by tuning the car, depending upon how the setup is. With it being uncommon, it might only be a 0.2 of a second difference. But I was able to collect that 15,000 crew RP. Onward to race number 11. So I gotta buy some fuel. Next race is hard. So at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it to stage 5 when I get my first loss. This is a tier 3 car. Interesting that would be hard, and the numbers on it is actually much lower than my car, so it shouldn't be no problem with me beating this. Wonder why they marked it as hard. Slow start. Good shift. Perfect shift. Another perfect shift. There it goes. It's starting to creep up on me. It's coming up on the back. And there it go, beating me. Maybe that's why they marked it as hard. I'm gonna try it one more time. Try to do a better shifting so I can get that win. Probably need to do the Nas in third instead of second. And there you go. He's starting to make his comeback. He's starting to make his comeback. And there you go, passing me up. Nope. Looks like I lost. Alrighty. Barely lost. So let's try Nas in third instead of second. See if that'll get us actually a win. After that, even if I win or lose, I'm going to go ahead and drop the upgrades on it. Alright, there go to Nas in third. See if I'm able to get it to go any faster. I had a good lead on him. So probably Nas in third is the way to go with driving this car. Because I won pretty easily with that. His comeback that he made. And look at that, I ran all the way down to 16.2. So Nas in third is what I needed to do. I guess I'll try another one since I did it faster. After that, definitely going to go on and make that upgrade there. I'm going to pick up stage 5. We'll turn on stage 5 since I already have it. And see what we can do here. Alrighty. Now those NSXs have sneaky speed. They seem like they're not really going too fast. The next thing you know, they come flying on down the highway against you. So just like that, the first 12 races was completed just by driving the car correctly, shifting your NOS in third instead of second, and having stage 3 upgrades with just your uncommon parts on there. Alrighty, look at all these uncommon parts. Hoo-hoo. So let's go ahead and jump on out real quick. Like I said, I'm going to put stage 5 on there. And I'm not going to bother with doing the blues on it yet. Blues are going to make it faster. And I don't want it to be faster just yet. We're going to do this in stages and upgrades. The F40 is not a part of this, so the F40 is not a part of the discussion. So we're going to do just an initial tweaking and see what I can do with getting the performance to be better. Look at that. Got to put those tires in the positives. Big giant heavy car. Doesn't really like that too much grip, or too much, it likes to have less grip, more acceleration. So we'll leave it over here. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. And adjust the shifting some, see if we can make it faster. Wow, does it almost tunes like the 2015 model, which is not fun to drive. To maximize, you got to do all that fast shifting of the gears. Alright, so we're going to leave it at that. Just a quick little one. I'll fix it up later on. Well, the F40 is always like that. It has a slow start and it has fast finish. It's always been like that. Anybody who's ever raced one in live races recognizes that. The F40 is horrible at the quarter mile because of how long it takes to get it up and going. Once you get it up and going, then you can win a lot of races because you can get it up and going, but it takes that distance. The quarter mile is not good for the F40. The quarter mile is better for cars like the GTR because they shoot off so quickly, the 2015 version. Because they shoot off so quickly, the quarter mile is super fast for them. Whereas the F40 is super slow. So when you start off real slow, you got all that overwhelming power that you push you down the road. Alrighty. So everybody having a good time here so far? 239 again. Interesting. Alright, this time I'm going to do the shifting in third again instead of second. Have to pay attention. Sometimes old habits are hard to beat. And there you go, passing it on up. That quick start, but you got that slow finish. That's because in essence you top out with the 2015. When you get roughly a quarter of the mile down the road, and that's half your race, you're done. You're at the fastest you're going to go, and you don't have any more speed to be able to accumulate. The White Rocket Bunny, the Mazda 572 and 374. So right now I have more power because I'm at 600, I believe. So me being at 600, I got more power available to me. So winning these cars is definitely going to be easy for these races. $21,000 points. Woohoo! The Sylvia Rocket Bunny. Once I add the rare fuses on it, then I actually tinker around with tuning it and seeing how fast I can make it go. But I have 4 stage 6s to put on, so I can still make it go faster. Yeah, once I get done with the Prestige Cup, I'm actually going to cut off this stream, and then I'm going to start up a new stream and do live races. The live races I'm going to actually do will be Tier 1 Max Lobby, and I will look at going into Tier 2 Max Lobby. So I'll be turning off this stream and starting up a new one. I already had that planned. It's fun to go into the Tier 5 lobbies, but not a part of the plans today. I do live races every day, I just don't stream them every day. I got 2 Tier 4 cars that are maxed out. Maybe I'll consider doing one of those. Maybe that's something I'll look at doing next week. Monday do Tier 1 Max Lobby, Tuesday do Tier 2, Wednesday do Tier 3, Friday do Tier 4, and then Thursday do Tier 4, and then Friday do Tier 5 Max Lobby. Oh, and I say Max Lobby, I don't mean the fastest lobby, I mean with a maxed out car. So I take my version of the car, whichever one it is, that has all the fusions on it, and go take it for a spin. Next week could be a new crew week for the crew season. So after my crew would have received our car again, we've received every Milestone 1 car. Then I can have a little fun with you guys. I'm normally in Tier 5. Now I'm normally in my Chiron Red. And I typically don't race people in that lobby. My Chiron Red, the one that you meet me in, Miguel, it runs roughly around a 9.5 on some days. 9.58, 9.59. But typically people in the lobby I'm in run 9.4. And I've even run into some 9.2s and some 9.3s in that lobby. So my primary reason in that car is actually racing bots. Actually, I got to tinkering around with my R35. I haven't drove it in a while. And since I completed the R35 Cup, the Golden Cup, and I had a lot of fusion parts for it, I think now I dropped 120 fusions on it. And I'm fully maxed out with upgrades at 42. And I think I run 8.1, maybe an 8.2 in it. Not for sure, I forgot. I'll take that for a spin. They still got me matching up against Tier 3 Sylvias. That's an insult. I understand it's part of the Nissan family. That's an insult. And there we go. Battle of the cars. One thing I do miss about the Prestige Cup and how they have it set up is that the Prestige Cup used to be 50 races. It was pretty boring, but you was getting $12,000 for each race that you did. So I do like that they are more challenging style races now, because basically before you only had to upgrade them to stage 5 and that was it. And I've even heard from some of my fellow racers with some of the tier 5 races, wow, that thing shot out. They would only upgrade it to stage 3 and they was able to complete it. So I do like the fact that the races are more challenging. All my cars pretty much go to stage 5 or stage 6, depending upon what parts I have for it. So I do like that they're more challenging now, but I do miss the cash. You know, $12,000 times 50 races adds up to a whole lot of money. You know, now you do 30 races, but $4,000 per race? Come on. Look at that thing. That thing jumped out at 0 to 60 in 0.9 seconds, 0 to 100 in 2.1. And it was at 100 miles an hour before I was even at 60 miles an hour. It took me 3 seconds to get to 60 miles an hour. But as I said, it took 2.1 seconds to get to 100 miles an hour, but it topped out at 140 miles an hour. I have more than I need. You never have more than you need. You always have cars that you need to upgrade. So, by having cars to upgrade, you need money to upgrade them. I actually would have more money if I didn't upgrade my cars. Think about that. I know some people, members of my crew, friends of mine, they don't upgrade cars unless they drive them. Period. Cut and dry, that's it at the end of the day. If they're not driving the car, they're not upgrading the car. I upgraded everything. Every single car in my garage is sitting at stage 5. But I recently made changes to that policy. I currently keep 2 tier 5 cars at a time that are sitting at excuse me, that are sitting at stage 4. The reason why I made those changes to the policy is that the holiday cup that we had with Donna's holiday cup, it gave me 4 free upgrades. Now imagine using 4 free upgrades on stage 5 parts versus using them for stage 1 part. A stage 1 on tier 5 probably costs you 40 grand to 50 grand, or maybe even $15,000, versus the stage 5 can cost you $450,000. So I strategically decided I'm going to start keeping some of my milestone 1 cars at stage 4. So as I get a new milestone 1, the older of the ones that haven't been upgraded gets upgraded to stage 5. Saves me a couple bucks, keeps it in my pocket. But cash is king. You buy everything with cash. To put parts on cars, you spend cash. So the more cash you have and the more consistency of money that you have, cash is king. Another reason why I want more money is that we're about to have the Elite License 3 come up. Natural Emotion on their developer call, the developer live stream that occurs on Fridays at 4:30 p.m. GMT, which is basically around UK time, which is where they're based out of. On the call, they said they're hoping to get it out before February ends. So once they release that out, every single boss car that I get from the Elite License, I upgrade to stage 5. And if you have no money, that car sits at whatever upgrades that you put on there. So having cash is king. And you also need cash in order to put fusions on cars. I lost that race, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this race won. I know that they was going faster, I just didn't pay attention to it. You know, catching them at the very end. And nope, didn't catch them at the very end. So this is not actually a tuning that's going to fix this for me. This is going to require me to add some fusions to it, which will get my time faster, but also put in my stage 6 upgrades on there. In this particular case, I'm not going to add the stage 6 upgrades. What I will do is, got my 10 miles in a day, collect my 80 bronze keys. I'm going to add the fusions onto it, but I'm going to put the upgrades on there, but I'm going to actually fit it back down to stage 5. Because I want to be able to finish the races, hopefully, with just stage 5. Alright, so all those are on. So we're going to fit the part. You want to fit it? Yep. But we're going to put it back at stage 4, stage 5. Nope. Remember, save your epics. So we're going to refit the part. Now, just in case you're curious, when you refit the part, it gives you the option to remove. If I want to take this stage 6 part off, it's going to cost me, because it's tier 4, 820 gold coins to remove it. We're not going to bother doing that. That's not the purpose, but that's just to give you guys an example. Everything costs. So save your gold coins. That's important if you like to strip your cars and you have stuff on there that you want to take off. So say for instance you have a car that has stage 6 upgrades on it and it's a non-star, and then you get the star version and you want to take that off, then you can do that. The only cars you cannot strip would be cars that have Elite License on them, or cars that you've purchased. So if you spent cash money on it, you know, real money, you won't be able to strip those cars because typically they have purple stars associated with them. So your Elite licenses and cars that you've actually purchased are cars that you cannot strip out of your garage. Everything else can be stripped. Running low on my epic fusions. Not my epic, my rare fusions. Alright. But hey, we're going to go ahead, like I said, we're going to fill this puppy up with all the rare fusions. It should be good to go. This was a tier 5 card, it'd be harder to fill up. They take a whole lot more fusions. We're gonna fit the part. We'll drop that last one on there, and we're gonna go ahead and refit it. Yep, that is typical there, Miguel. That tactic when you're doing like racing against your daily races for the 15 and things like that, you can get those different cars to show up. In this particular case, since it's Prestige Cup, these are all timed races, so you will not be able to go out of the garage and go back in and get a car that runs a different time. It's going to run the same time. But that tactic does work if you're racing on the daily races like you're doing for the 15 races for gold coins, for fusions, for cash, for bronze or silver keys. Those races, you can go out to the garage and come back in and get a different car, and that car actually runs a different time. But in this case, in this scenario, it won't be a different car and it's not going to run a different time. Alright, refit the part. Almost done here. And just a couple more fusions to drop on. And that's it. I have no more stage 6 upgrades. But once again, I left everything at stage 5 and I just added the epics. And now let's actually tune it. Oh no, I'm losing with the... Alright, so I make it to 512 with that. Tire pressure, let's see, what do we get out of there? Nope, go down. So this car prefers you to have close to balanced tires. So you can have a little bit more, but not a whole lot. So 53 looks like it's the sweet spot. And go with our final drive, 368. So I can make it a little bit easier to shift with. Alright, so plus 521. I believe that I should be able to finish all the races with no problem at all now. Yep, you're not required to join the crew, but by joining the crew you get more perks available to you. So I often encourage people to join crews if possible, and I often tell people, join crews that you can provide to them in alignment with what they're looking to do. If you know you can only put up 300,000 points in the season, don't join a crew that's talking about 60 million or 70 million a season, because that's a quick way of getting kicked out. Just like if you can generate 1 million points a season, don't join a crew that gets 4 million or 5 million a season. So this race shows up as hard still, so I might have to actually drop my stage 6s and actually turn it on there in order to get this to be better. But let's see where we're at. I'm still a little slow. The EV points in the Rocket Bunny is higher than mine. But I added my rare fusions on there, so it should get me enough. Do we run out of highway? Nope. Almost ran out of highway. But I got my 45,000 points from my crew. And that's what matters. Woohoo! Now, with it being such a close race, I anticipate that the next race I will lose. But let's take it for a spin and see. This looks close to what the previous car was, but this is the Sylvia versus the Rocket Bunny. And it looks like I have a shot. There it is. Woohoo! It's able to win. Go team. Got 4 more races to go. Let's keep pushing our luck. So the GTR Nismo has more PP value, but it has a lower EV value. So let's see what I can do against it. Nope, don't look like I'm gonna beat him. So close. So close. Very, very, very close. Yeah, hacking isn't any fun. I leave the hacking for the people who actually want to do hacking. That's not my thing. I play the game for fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop our stage 6 on. Since one of my stage 6 is NOS, I'm going to go ahead and retune the car. If it was one of the other 3 parts, I wouldn't have to adjust it that much, but because it is NOS, I might get better performance, and yep, get a little bit longer NOS out of it. Well, hey. Alright, I'll take that for $1. Let's see if it changes my tires. Yep, changes the tires dramatically. Got to keep that performance there. Deal with our final drive, see if we make any adjustments with that. Yep, can make adjustments with the final drive. Make it a little bit easier to drive. Not so much fast shifting required. Let's see with the NOS if I can squeak out a little bit more. Yep. Can I get 600? Can I get 600? No, can't get 600. We'll have to stick with $5.99 for now. Not bad at all. Alrighty, so with that adjustment there, we went all the way from orange to green. And there go our 4 races that we have left, and that good old prize at the very end. GTR Nismo once again. I was running at 16.8 before. Can I beat 16.8? I should be able to beat 16.8 with no problem at all. Bye-bye. And just like that, successfully beat them. At 13.8, destroyed. Ran at 13.1. I don't know the finishing time, so I can't say if the 13.1 is fast enough to beat it or not. But I think it might be. If not, I might have to drop some epics on it. That Rocket Bunny's not going to have a chance. Because that Rocket Bunny has low EV values associated with it. It has slightly more PP values with it, but the EV being as low as it was, I needed it to have a chance. So even though I didn't NOS at the right value there, clearly from 13.1 to 13.2, I still was able to beat it. And tires, okay. I think I have tires on the car already. I'm out of fuel. Why am I out of fuel? I shouldn't be out of fuel. You always have what you need. It's a game. It's what you want that you don't have. It's a difference. Alrighty, and here we go with the late shift. Wow. Been a long time since I've seen a late shift. Alright, so race number 30 is next. Looks like I clearly have what I need in order to win and complete the races. Alright, so ran a 13.1 again. I ranked up 537 and they gave me 25 bronze keys. You know, it would be nice as you go up in the ranks, they actually increase the prizes that they give you. You know, kind of like a reward for, hey, thanks for being dedicated and increasing your time that you participate in the game. We're going to give you better prizes. 25 bronze keys is not a whole lot. I can't even get a pull of anything with that. You know, I do understand I have a huge supply of things, but it shouldn't look at what I have and decide what it should give me. It should give me based on what I've done. Alrighty. And just like that, definitely had the performance to be able to complete it. Got my 180,000. Need is a necessity. Not exactly sure I understand that comment. But hey, okay. Alrighty, so like I said, I think I have the tires on there already. Nope. So I successfully got 5 parts with no duplicates. How cool is that? We're going to apply that on here. We're going to drop our rare parts onto it. And there we go. So I was able to complete the races with 39 of 42 upgrades and 63 of 91 fusions. That provided me with a 13.1 running time. And that's it. So with that being said, I'm going to go in and collect my 10,000 crew RP, part of Jerry's daily bonus. And if you guys have not had a chance, go through and check out my other videos. I recently created some garage walkthrough videos. So looking at your main garage, looking at your crew garage. With the crew garage, I did it from the admin view, I did it from the leader view, and I did it from the member view. So go ahead and check those out. Feel free to comment. If you like them, hit them with that thumbs up. If you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up. If you don't, go ahead and slap it with that thumbs down. I'm not offended here. I'm looking to create content that you guys want. But my crew is close to 17.4 million, but we didn't hit it. And we're currently sitting at 17,315,000. So we currently need 85,000 to go ahead and hit that milestone 2 marker. And then we're right behind hitting milestone 1. So we're a little slow this season, but you know, at the end of the day, our only focus and our only goal is to hit milestone 1. So whether we hit it 5 days in advance, a week in advance, or 3 hours in advance, it's all the same. Al Shaheen team is a new crew in the top 10. I haven't seen them. Coincidence, new crew in the top 10. I think that they're a hacker. But right now, it looks like everybody in the top 10 is going to be at 100 million or more. Like I said, they're sitting at 98 million. They got 2 days to get 2 million. I don't think that's going to be a problem for any crew that's putting out that type of points. Elite Outlaws is sitting at the top, 19.5 million, with Masters Battle 125 million, and Slipstream at 124. The Rev Italia King is at 123, with Furia 300 at 122, and that's our top 5. All right. So currently I'm sitting at 1,858,000 RP for the season. Current career earnings 599,728,500 with this crew. Doesn't include my prior crews. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to fire up another stream. And we're going to go ahead and jump in Tier 1. And let me show you what Tier 1 car I'm going to jump into. So if any of you guys out there watching want to jump in with it, you can. Oh yeah, before I forget about it. So this is the Porsche sitting at 28 of 42. I never bought the Stage 5 upgrades for that. I didn't even put a plate on it. Hadn't decided if I wanted to keep it or not. This the Chiron sitting at 35 of 42. 76 upgrades. The little beauty of this is and just like that, it's sitting at 42 of 42. Need the screen to keep up with me. I never fitted the Stage 6 parts onto the car, so I forgot. Alright, so go ahead and drop some fusions onto it. I only got one there. I got 6 to put on here. Yeah, I ran out of rare fusions, but I happen to have a lot of epic fusions. Go figure. That's definitely unusual where you have more epics than you have uncommons, but it's the nature of the game. So just like that, my Chiron is now sitting at 87 to 128 with 42 of 42 upgrades in French Racing Blue. No miles on it. Haven't drove the thing. Looking at the Ford Raptor here. This is sitting at 40 of 42 with 50 fusions on it. Big old giant car too. 599 GTO. That's sitting at 41 of 42. Don't have any fusions on it. That's sitting at Nero Daytona Special. I'll be live racing at the bottom of the hour. This is the car that I'm going to go live race in. Oh no, yeah. The Milestone 1 achievement cars. This is what my crew has earned. We earned 6 in Garage 10. We've earned 6 in Garage 11. 6 in Garage 12. We earned 6 in Garage 13. We've earned so far 5 in Garage 14, and that's including this current season. Because we get it every season, that's why I'm saying 5. We have not earned it yet. We should get it tomorrow sometime. But the car that I'm going to go jump in the Tier 1 lobby with will be Conduit's Golf GTI MK1. So at the bottom of the hour, you will see me in live races. I will live stream it. I'm going to be in this car here. So you can see there's other people in there. All kinds of different RP. I'm going to be taking on everybody. And once again, it's going to be Conduit's Golf GTI. And currently I'm sitting at 35 or 35 upgrades and 32 or 32 fusion parts. I have 105.11 ones there. Fusions on there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream on up. But thank everybody for participating. Come through. So at the bottom of the hour, we're going to be live streaming, and we're going to be in Conduit's Golf GTI MK1. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.